Hello everyone, welcome back to my crafting world. This is Anna. Guys, I know I have a lot of stuff going on my desk, but there is something that I wanted to make. Guys, you know how at least I know I do, I give out a lot of these Bath and Body Works 3-ounce bottles of either shower gel. Sometimes I'll do the body spray, the hand cream, and they're all about this size. This is the 3-ounce size, and this one's from last year actually. I wanted to make something to be able to gift this or something like this to someone, and I went ahead and made like a half what do you call these, crackers, Christmas crackers. I don't remember what you call them, but I went ahead and made one, and this one will hold the 3-ounce oh, came out the bottom, out the front. So this one will hold the 3 ounces of, I guess I could have used the top, the 3-ounce bottle, whether it be, you know, whatever it is, but it'll hold a good travel size bottle of anything really. Let me tell you what this measures. The body is 4 1/4, but then you get a little leeway on the top in case your top is a little bit bigger or your bottle is just a tiny bit bigger, and then you have the cracker top. I thought about closing up the top, but I thought, you know, shred could look really cute in there, or even the tissue just coming out from the top. So I worked out the measurements for this one. This was my prototype, and I thought about putting layering this part right here, but you know, I was gonna put a bow there, you know, a ribbon. So I don't think I actually need to cover that one. And you know, when it comes to Christmas time, we you know, we need to work a little quickly because there is a lot to do. So today I am using this paper by Echo Park. It is called Winter Magic, and I got this one, I want to say it was last year, through ASC Craft Supplies, and they carry a lot of different paper pads for different companies. So I'm going to go ahead and link them in the description box below. I no longer have a code, percentage off code, because I am no longer on their design team, which was my choice because, you know, life is crazy. But they're still a really awesome site to shop on. They have a lot of different products. So this is what I'm using today, and this is a 12 by 12, guys. I used less than 3 inches, or almost 3 inches, and that was it for the cracker box. Now I am going to start at a 9 by 7 sheet piece of cardstock, and on the 7-inch side, I'm looking at my notes, guys. On the 7-inch side, we are going to score at 1 3/4, right here. 1 3/4. We're going to score at 3 1/4. At 5, and then at 6 1/2, right here. Okay. And then I am going to flip my paper, rotate it to the left. Okay, so my 1/2 inch side is on the top here. This is the 9-inch side. I am going to score it at 1. So if you have pattern paper for your base, this is going to be your top. So you might want to think about the direction of your paper. So this is my top. Okay, so 1 inch, 1 3/4 right here. And then we're going to go 2 1/2 right here. And then I am going to go down to 6 7/8. which 6 and 7/8 right here. I'm gonna go ahead and score there. And that's all the scoring we need to do, guys. Now what I'm gonna do is I am going to fold all the creases. So I have folded my paper, and obviously it goes this way. This is your tab that's gonna make the actual box. So we need to do a little cutting. So I am going to cut right here. I'm going to cut this piece off, and this one at a very slight angle. So I'm cutting off the score line. I don't even know if I'm in frame, guys. Okay, very slight angle here. I'm gonna cut that off, and then I'm gonna release these tabs. So I'm just gonna cut right in the center here. So I've released these tabs. Okay, so for this first flap right here, I'm just gonna cut off, oh, I don't know, an inch. And then the second one, I'm gonna cut that one off all together. And I'm gonna cut the score line, I'm gonna remove that score line as well, okay? And then on the, okay, and on this next one, you're looking like this. On the next one, I'm going to remove again about an inch, okay? Or so, okay? And then on the last one, I'm going to leave this one here like this, except guys, I forgot to score this one. Okay, so this is the way our paper was before we started cutting. And I am going to score at 8 3/8. I believe I measured 8 3/8, which is right before the 1/2 inch mark. So 8 3/8, I'm gonna go ahead and score that, okay? That is the bottom part. So I am going to leave that alone. I'm gonna burnish that. And then I'm going to round these corners here to make it easier when we close that flap. Makes it a little bit easier. I'm going to go ahead and fold that. All right. So that's where we are so far. So what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna go ahead and attach this to this side. So I will fold this in, add glue to this flap right here, or to this tab, and fold it in half, and then just glue it down, and that will make our box. All right guys, and as you can see, that makes our box. I'm going to cut this down just a tad bit so that it doesn't interfere, you know, the closing of the box. I didn't actually cut off those score marks. Okay, so there we go. Close that. This is our flap, and that is our box so far. Okay, so now we need to cut these triangles in there. So I'm going to open my box back up, and I'm going to work with this center line right here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take my ruler and I'm going to place it on the center line at 1/2 inch. And I'm going to just take my pencil and I'm going to make it just a little tick mark right there at 1/2 inch. And then I am going to take my ruler and I'm going to make a line from this little mark to the top or to this line or the score mark right here. There we go. And I'm going to do the same for the bottom. Put my pencil on the tick mark and then just draw that line. Okay, I'm gonna do that on all 4 corners. Okay guys, I have drawn my little triangles on all 4 corners. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to cut on that line for each corner. There you go. That starts to form the cracker of our box. So I'm going to do that for all 4 corners. All right guys, there we go. Let me close my box. Just show you what it looks like so far. And then this is where you put your, fold this in a little bit. Come on guys. And this is where you put your ribbon, a rubber band, twine, whatever it is that you're going to close your box with. It's that simple guys. You can mass produce these honestly. And I went ahead and cut my layers for the front, and I have 2 different sizes because it's not a square box. One side is 1 3/4, the front, and the sides are a little bit less. They're 1.5 inches. I could have made it all the way square, but then there was a lot of rattling in the box, so that's why I chose not to do that. So for the box, or for the layers, on the larger side right here, and of course you can make your layers smaller, but I went ahead and I made my layers at 1.5 by 4 1/8. So 1.5 inch wide by 4 1/8 inch long. And then the thinner one is 1 1/4 by 4 1/8. There we go. And then for the top one, again, these are going to be different. These are, okay, so this one is 1.5 inch wide by 3/4 inch tall. And then this one is 1 1/4 inch in width by 3/4 inches in height. So let me glue those on and I'll be right back. Okay guys, so this is what it looks like so far. I did not put a layer at the bottom because I mean it stands. So this is what it looks like so far. I am going to embellish this just a little bit. I'm not going to do a whole lot of embellishing. So I did make a poinsettia for it. I'm still not sure how I am. Yeah, I think I'm going to go this way, or maybe even this way. So let me do a little bit of decorating and I'll be right back. Alright guys, I have finished my box and this is what I've done to it. I just put a poinsettia at the bottom with some little berry sprigs there and some leaves. And this comes from the sticker page in the paper collection. It says, "Baby, it's cold outside." That's a border sticker. I made a dark blue bow so that you know, it breaks up all the baby pink or baby blue color. And I did ink up the edges just a tiny bit with red so that it would pop a little bit more. And then I forgot I had this. These are like a bling strips. It was a sheet that my BFF had sent me, and I don't feel like it's showing up very well, but it's got like a mermaid iridescent color to it almost, that I think goes really well with this because it is like a cold theme. And now just put a little flower in the center of the bow. And then I took a couple of, or three little pieces off the sheet, and I just glued it to the front. And that's all I did to it, guys. Oh, and I did use a to and from tag. So I just hung that on the ribbon here, just so it will have a to and from tag. And on the front, this again is from the sticker page. It just says snow much fun, and on the back it says to and from. Guys, these would be awesome for teacher gifts, or you know, when you have gatherings at home and you're going to hand out a favor of some sort. You can make these ahead of time. You can actually store them flat, and I am going to show you what it looks like with my bottle in it. So the bottom opens up to the front, and you can actually choose if you want it to open to the back, but for me it just doesn't make a difference. And I will slip my bottle in there, close it back up, and it is ready to go. There you go, guys. And it's got you know, a good weight to it. It's not going to topple over, and you can put a little bit of shred in there, or just a little piece of tissue. You can actually put it inside the box so that it doesn't come out, so they can't see what is in there, or you can just leave it like that. There you go, guys. I know I hadn't done a tutorial in quite some time, but I hope you have enjoyed this one because I really think it's helpful. All right, guys, y'all have a great day. Thanks a lot.